Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are headed to Atlanta. We are just going for overnight, and honestly I should probably say we're going to Atlanta hopefully, because when we checked in for our Frontier flight we were not assigned seats. So we're headed to the airport nice and early so we can hopefully get that all worked out. We will see what happens from there. Okay, we got our seats. We're gonna be in 19A and 19F. We're holding down the row.
Pull the red strap to open a container, remove the pouch, open the pouch, remove the vest, please.
We have made it to Atlanta! Oh my gosh, we are staying in the Hilton. I don't think I've ever stayed in an actual Hilton, so I'm very excited. We have a gorgeous view of Atlanta. We're about to go down and get something to eat. They have a restaurant in this hotel, so we're gonna try that out. Look at our freaking view of downtown Atlanta. Oh my gosh, look at that. How pretty. Good morning from Atlanta. Last night we just kind of hung out. We went and got dinner at the restaurant down in our hotel and it was actually really good. But the reason that we came down here is today. We are going to the Delta Flight Museum. I'm so excited. They have a 747, which is my absolute favorite plane. So that is what I'm most excited about. But honestly, the whole museum is gonna be so cool. So let's go. Okay, so we decided to walk to the museum because we thought it would be easy, but there's really no sidewalks. But we're here. We can see it through the fence. There's the 747! The Delta Flight Museum is located right next to the Atlanta airport, and it's actually located inside of two of Delta's old hangars from the 40s. There are two hangars full of planes and memorabilia, and then there are 4 planes outside of the building, one of which is the 747, which you can go inside of. The museum opened in 1995 and has only gotten better as time has gone on. We started in the first hangar, which has several planes from Delta's propeller era, including one of their original DC-3s. A group of Delta retirees actually took on finding and restoring this plane, and it was one of the first ones in this museum. Can you imagine flying in this thing? This plane celebrates Delta's first ever passenger service back in 1929. It is crazy to see up close how far aviation has come in just under 100 years. Also in this room is a ton of memorabilia from Delta, as well as other airlines that Delta would purchase in the future, like Northwest and Pan Am. They also have a bunch of different interactive exhibits, which is great if you have kids, but is also fun if you're an adult too. One of my favorite exhibits was the model plane hallway, which had a ton of different planes and airlines. They also had a very wide variety of 747s, which is my favorite plane. We then made our way over to the second hangar, which contains items from the jet age and on. This is the first 767 Delta ever bought. The Spirit of Delta flew her maiden voyage from Atlanta to Tampa in December of 1982. She was retired in 2006. She was moved right into the museum after retirement. In addition to this plane, there are several other exhibits in this hangar, including an engine and some memorabilia. First class seats in 1960 versus today. That ticket says Cincinnati. They kept the front half of the plane exactly as it was when it was still flying, but the back half of the plane is an exhibit with more memorabilia, including an exhibit with all of the different uniforms that the flight attendants have worn throughout the years. So then we headed outside to check out the planes out there, and we started with the DC-7, and this one started flying in 1959. The 747! I'm so excited. This is really why we came here. This 747 was actually the very first 747-400 that was ever built by Boeing. It flew for Northwest Airlines beginning in 1988 until Northwest merged with Delta in 2008. And then after it flew 61 million miles, they retired it in 2015. So just like with the 767, they left the front of the 747 exactly as it was when it was still flying. It's so funny, all the different galleys, because like I've never flown on a bigger plane, so I've only ever been on a plane with a galley in the back and a galley in the left. We're on the wing of a 747. Just casually on the wing. But then the back half is totally empty and features an exhibit about the 747, how it flew, and then also how they moved it once it retired. And you can also go on the upper deck. We're going upstairs. Even cooler. These are also Delta. Oh, look, the crew sleeping area. That's cool.
Jump seat check.
Jump seat.
Number 2.
Number 2. Imagine You can also check out the underside of the plane, which we did before we headed out to head to the first ever Chick-fil-A, which just happens to be located a few minutes away. I decided to buy the cutest little plush to commemorate my first 747. We are currently at the Dwarf House. It's about a 45-minute wait, so we're just hanging out. The Dwarf House opened as the Dwarf Grill in 1946, and this eventually turned into the fast food chain Chick-fil-A. This is not the original building, but it is the same location. They have both the regular Chick-fil-A menu as well as Southern sides and breakfast all day. Nate got the loaded fries and then a side of mac and cheese, and then I got the classic nugs with Brussels and cornbread, and this looks so good. We are here at ATL nice and early because we didn't get seat assignments again. I love that Frontier keeps doing that. So I'm kind of obsessed with the Atlanta airport now. Somehow I had never flown through here until earlier this year, and it might be my new favorite airport. We did unfortunately get pretty delayed on our way out of here, and I was kind of nervous our flight would get canceled because they were like, it's a mechanical issue, and then they kept pushing it back like every 10 minutes. But in the end, we only landed an hour and a half behind schedule, so a win is a win. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!